Mr. YouTube, this is Rabe speaking with my review on Trigun. That's right, you've seen the thumbnail, you read the title, Trigun. And yes, this was the first time I ever watched Trigun though, and you guys are probably wondering, Rabe, what have you been doing with your life? Trigun is a space western, similar to Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star, which I have both seen, both enjoyed. And I also got to see Mandalorian, of course. I mean, I know Mandalorian isn't anime, it's Star Wars, but it's the same genre, the space western. So those, when I think of space westerns, those are the shows I remember. You know, Mandalorian, Outlaw Star, Cowboy Bebop, and Trigun. Trigun is 26 episodes long. I got to watch it in like 5 days. I know some people probably like binge watched it in like a day. I was busy and stuff, so I just didn't have a whole lot of time to just watch it in a day, so 5 days. Which Trigun's about a guy named Vash the Stampede, who is the most wanted man in pretty much the entirety of the series, though. Everybody's out to get him, though, whether it's bounty hunters, outlaws. Everybody's just out to get him, though, even people from his past. And as he's going through this, though, he's also a heroic guy, though. He tries to help people, whether it's his friends or just strangers that he just got to meet. He does whatever he can to help people, though. The only problem I have with the story, though, is that there's only like one episode where it's just a recap episode. I think it was like halfway through where they're just like, hey, let's just go back to like the stuff that's happened in like the past 13 episodes as we're about to enter the next 13 episodes. I mean, other than that, though, the story is still well paced. It's still, there's like no filler, an episodic feel to it, though. Like the first 13 episodes are, well, actually not the first 13, I think it's like the first 10 episodes. They feel more like, hey, this is just like Outlaw of the Week. And then once you get to like episode 11 or 12, that's when it becomes more story heavy, though. Like that's when things start getting more serious, the stakes getting higher, the story's getting darker, and you start getting more hints on the backstory of Vash the Stampede, who I will talk about in a moment. Let's talk about the animation. Who were the people that worked on the animation of Trigun? It was none other than Madhouse. The same people that worked on One Punch Man. Well, One Punch Man Season 1. But that's a whole different story, of course, though. And for an anime that came out in the 90s, well, the late 90s, 1998, I think, it looks good. I mean, it doesn't look like the most updated of animes. I mean, I think a lot of animes in the 90s had a hard time looking very flawless when it came to their animation. But Trigun doesn't look too outdated, though. I mean, I think the action is well animated as well, though. I think the fight scenes look really good, though. I mean, that's the one thing, though, when it came to the fights, though. Like, the gunfights, you want to make them look different, though. You don't want to just make them look like, oh, these are just gunfights you would see in, like, movies and stuff from back then. No, you gotta make them look more advanced, though. You gotta make them look like a bit superhuman, though. Character designs are the only thing about the animation that look a bit not so unique, if that makes sense, though. Like, the character designs just look a bit ordinary, though. They don't look like they stick out too much, except for Vash Stampede's hair, though. But that's pretty much it, though. I mean, that's the only way to make yourself stick out, though. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Sticks out because he has really crazy hair. It is not a very colorful series, though, and the environment is pretty much why, though. I mean, the entire planet that they're on is just one big desert, kind of like in Star Wars, where Tatooine is one big desert. It's just, a lot of these towns look dead, though. I mean, a lot of the buildings, I mean, it's supposed to resemble the Old West, of course, though. I mean, they really do that right, though. Like, they make sure, hey, this is a Western, but on a different planet. It's not like that one show, what was that one show that I reviewed on my channel, Cannon Busters? I mean, I did enjoy Cannon Busters, but one of the problems that I had with Cannon Busters, if you don't remember from my review, I said that there were times when it didn't feel like a Western because of all these other places like, oh, a kingdom and stuff. No. Trigun makes sure that it has that Western feel, though, like I said before. It never goes out of genre, though. Let's talk about the characters. Over here, we have the main character, Vash the Stampede. That's right, this goofball. This goofball right here. This is Vash the Stampede. How is he the most wanted man in the world when he's just looks like one of the funniest characters ever, though? Which, yeah, I will say he is a goofball. He does have some really funny moments though, whether it's flirting with girls, or just eating donuts, or just acting like an idiot in general. That's just a mask though. What is he like underneath that comedic mask? He is a total badass, and someone with a really sad backstory, which I will not spoil. This is a non-spoiler review, in case you guys are wondering. So yeah, you'll have to watch the anime for yourself to find out more. But let me tell you though, you will definitely feel bad for this man. You will definitely look at him differently. I mean, I know I did. Just when you see him being funny, and then you see the serious side to him. He has this code where he does not want to kill. He doesn't want to kill even though he has a gun. He tries so hard not to kill anybody because he made a promise that he wouldn't do it. Kind of similar to Rurouni Kenshin. Like if you remember Rurouni Kenshin, the main character, he vowed not to kill again. There are also other great characters in the show. Take for example, Nicholas D. Wolfwood. He is a gunman and also a priest. How does that work though? Like how can someone, a man at the church, also be a gunman? Well, you'll have to watch the show for yourself though, because, again, spoilers. But let me tell you something though, when he meets Vash Stampede, he and Vash get along so great though. Like, it's like they become best friends so quickly. I mean, it's the opposite of like how Luke Skywalker and Han Solo met though. When those two first met, they hate each other. Not Vash and Nicholas, that's for sure though. Then you have these two girls right here though. These two gunmen as well, but also insurance agents. We have priests who are gunmen, insurance agents that are also gunmen as well though. Not bounty hunters or outlaws, insurance agents. The short girl in white is Meryl, and the tall girl is Millie. Meryl is more of the serious type. She's more of the leader type that just wants to get the job done to collect more insurance and everything. Millie is just more the girl that's carefree, sees the good in everybody that she runs into. And they tag along with Vash on his adventures though. Well, actually they follow him though, because they know he's going to create more havoc, and that's going to make more issues for the insurance company that they have, that they work for. Eventually they grow attached to him, and they see what it is that make him who he is though. Meryl goes from, hey, you know, you're an idiot and stuff, to, I actually see that you're a good person. I mean, when she sees that Vash is just this really depressed dude with a comedic mask on, she's always there for him though. It becomes less about her job and more about being Vash's friend. Then you have the villains. Now I can't show the main villain, the main antagonist of this series, because spoilers again. But not this guy though. This guy, when you see him, you know right away that he's the villain and you've never heard of him before. This is Lagato Blue Summers. He is the secondary main antagonist, if you will. Basically, he's like the Darth Vader of the series though. Darth Vader, not the main antagonist, but he's the voice, the face of all villains in Star Wars. He is the right-hand man to the Emperor. He voices the goals of what the villains are trying to do, how they're trying to get in the way of Vash's Stampede though. That's his goal, is to get revenge on Vash. Now, how does he want revenge on Vash? Well, we all know that Vash doesn't want to kill. Legato is trying to break that though. He's trying to get Vash to kill. Legato is just a true example of how secondary antagonists are more fun than the main antagonist himself. I mean, don't get me wrong though. If you've seen Trigun and you know who the main antagonist is, I liked that guy. I thought he was cool and all that, but I just enjoyed Legato a bit more. Let's talk about the music. The opening has a rock and roll chorus. There is no singing. It's just pure rock and roll. It's not my favorite of openings, but I still enjoyed it. There are times though when I just felt like skipping the opening because I was just like, okay, there's nothing spectacular about it, so I just want to get to my episodes. The thing though about the music is that, this is a good thing by the way, it doesn't have much recycled music though. It's not like with Revolutionary Girl Utina, or I think that's what you call it though. There's just so much recycled music, and she goes up the stairway for a fight, and you just hear the singing and everything for like episodes and episodes straight. No, Trigun doesn't make me feel that way though. Nothing is recycled that much. It's just pure original music. That's all I have to say on this review for Trigun. Trigun is a true example of how space western should be. I'm definitely going to watch it again and maybe again. And I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. You should definitely watch this though. What did you guys think of this anime? Did you like it? Did you not? Have you not watched it yet, but are you going to? Comments down below. And another thing that I want you to do in the comments down below is, what other classic animes should I watch next though on my channel though? I've been getting a lot of 9 out of 10s lately though. Uchiha and Tora, which is my last one, got a 9 out of 10 from me though. I mean, I just enjoyed it. Yu Yu Hakusho, that's one of my favorite animes, so I gave that a 10 out of 10. And I think a couple animes that came before that though, I just gave an 8 out of 10 though. So I want to see if there are animes that I know I'm going to like, but I'm not going to like as much as some of the other shows in the past though, because there's always going to be animes like that though. I mean, I've seen plenty of animes where they're just like 8 out of 10s or 7 out of 10s or maybe even lower. But yeah though, just let me know in the comments down below. And if you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe, so that way you get more videos like this every time I upload. Thank you for watching. I'm Rob A, and may the anime force be with you.